back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I have a message that my Father wants me to speak on. And before I speak on this message, He wants me to let y'all know that He wants y'all to look at this movie. And the name of the movie is When Love Begins. That's the name of the movie, When Love Begins. And He wants y'all to watch this movie because this movie is going to teach y'all about your parents and your grandparents and how the Father wants all of us to be in this world. You know, that the way the world's supposed to be. The world's supposed to be peace, love, and happiness in the world. And the Father gave us all free will to make our choices, but He's hoping that all of us make the right choice in the world. And it's mostly about the parents and the grandparents, because I have not spoke about the grandparents. So I'm going to speak on the grandparents. And He wants y'all to understand that when He created this world, He created all of us. But He also created our earthly parents because He knew one day that we was going to become grandparents and that we would be able to teach our children and our children's teach their children. So one day they become grandparents. And then you become wisdom. You become wisdom, and then you get more wiser. Because as you get wisdom, you get more wiser. And so this is what the Father is speaking on. Parents, you know, the mothers and the fathers that bring children into the world. You have to respect your mother, because your mother and your father, because they the ones that the Father brought into the world to bring y'all into the world. So y'all can have their children, have y'all children's, and bring the grandchildren's. And we have grandchildren because y'all the one brought y'all children's into the world to make us grandparents. And you have to honor your mother and your father when they're giving you wisdom. Because this is what the Father is saying. The parents that birth you into the world become grandparents. And you're never going to reach their potential. Now, you're going to get there, but you're never going to reach their potential. They're going to always be wisdom, and they're going to always be wise. And you're never going to be able to beat that score of where they at. So that's why it's better for the parents to listen to the mothers, the grandparents. Don't ever think that you're smarter than your grandparent, than your mother that became grandparents. You're never going to be smarter than them. Now you're going to get there and be more smarter than your children's because you're going to be grandparents. And then your children's going to have to listen to you. Because these days right here now, these parents and these children don't get so hard-headed that they don't even have to listen to the grandparents. And that's why the world is the way it is now, because these parents and the children don't want to listen to the grandparents. Because you're thinking that you're wiser than your mothers and fathers, but you're not. But you think you is just because you make a certain age every year. You think you more wiser than them. And just because they getting more older, you think you have more wiser. You think you more wiser than them. But you would never be more wiser than them. No matter how older they get, you would never reach their potential. You would never reach there. Because the older they get, the more wiser that they get. And the more wisdom that the Father gives them. as the same as he give y'all. The more you get older, the more wiser you get, the more wisdom you get. So you got to understand, you're not going to stay into that little child mind. You're not going to stay into that child mind because you grow up. And as you grow up, you get wisdom and you get wisdom. And that's the same for your children's. As they grow up, they get wisdom and then they get wisdom. So you got to let your children's expand out there in the world. You got to let them go out there to the woods so they can learn and make their mistakes. So they can learn from their mistakes, because that's how they become wisdom and wisdom, because they learning from the mistakes that they do out there in the world. And if they fall, they got their mothers and they got their grandparents to go to and talk to and help them get back on the track. So you can't just take the grandparents and just throw them away because they done got old and like, oh, they don't know nothing now. They old. They ain't got the common sense that they used to have. They still got the common sense. It's just that y'all don't listen to the common sense that they have. Y'all just don't listen because y'all think y'all know more than them because y'all in that age, but y'all ain't in their age. It don't matter how old they get. They still have the wisdom and the wisdom. They still have it. And they always going to have it to the day they die. And when they die, they pass that wisdom and they wisdom down to their children's and their grandchildren's. And then their children's pass it to their children's, and their children's become wisdom and wisdom. That's how that goes. And this is what the Father wants y'all to understand. Stop thinking that y'all know more than the elderlies when y'all don't. When y'all don't. You need to still listen to them because you need them. You need them because you need them to guide you the right way, to let you know wrong from right. You still need them to guide you and teach you wrong from right. Because there's things out there in that world that y'all can't see, that they can see. And that's why the Father tells y'all to listen to the elderlies, because they see what you don't see. They have experienced more things that y'all have never experienced in y'all lives, and they trying to teach y'all that you can learn if you just listen, and you won't get caught up in a situation that you can't get yourself out of because you listening to the elderlies giving you good advice. Now, I'm going to say it like this. It's not all elderlies out there that's wisdom and wise. Some of them still want to stay in a child's mind. Why? I don't know. Some of them still don't want to grow up, and knowing that they never going to fall back into a child's mind, but they try to keep going there. Never, even though they try to think they're going back there, they not. They not. They just going back to a past that they want to hold on to that's never going to help them grow. So they want to stay in that child's mind where they think that that's where they're going to grow at, and they never going to grow into that past mind that they in. So the Father wants you to come out the past mind and come into the mind that's going to make you mature and grow, where you can teach your children's and your children's and your children's and your children's and your grandchildren's and the generations to come, to teach them how to be wisdom and wisdom, because they're going to need y'all. As long as God got breath in their bodies, in your grandparents' bodies, y'all are going to need them, because they're the one that's going to guide y'all the right way. Y'all trying to guide yourself the right way. That's why the world is the way it is. That's why y'all need to look around at the world right now and see why your children's and your grandchildren's and your great-grandchildren's are the way they is. Because y'all think y'all know more than y'all parents, which y'all don't, but y'all think y'all do. And that's hard for y'all to accept. Mom, you ain't got to tell me nothing. I already know. No, you don't know. I don't have to listen to you. Yes, you do. because you don't know and you still falling and you teaching your children to fall when you know you need your mother to help guide you because your mind still ain't mature as you think it is. That's the point y'all got to understand. Your mind is never going to reach up there where your mother mind is because she's still maturing. She's still growing. God is still giving her the wisdom and the wise to keep teaching you as you can teach your children, as your children can come to their grandmother and she teach them more wise. That's the way it's supposed to go. You're supposed to listen to your grandmother and your mother because she the one is guiding you the right way as the Father wanted to be. That's why he gave us parents and grandparents. So we can learn from our mistakes and get it right. Because at the end of the day, your children's and your children's and their children's and their children's are going to become grandparents. And they're going to have to teach their children how to be wisdom and wise. And to learn about God. Because that's what the grandparents is here to do. To teach y'all about God, about Jesus, about Mary Mother, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, all of them, and even about the devil. That's what they are here for. To teach y'all, to know y'all, to let y'all know about the good and the bad. And know the wisdom to know not to get yourself into something that you can't get yourself out of. Because if you do, you will know how to get out of it by listening to your grandparents and your parents. You will know. So anytime you get yourself into something, you will have the wisdom and the wisdom to know how to come to your mother and your grandparents and ask them to help you. So you won't get yourself into that situation. If you know you got yourself in there and you about to do it, you think about it. Because that's what the parents and the grandparents is there for. To put common sense in your head to let you know what you doing is what you should not do. And you got that in the back of your head because your mother and your father and your grandparents have taught you wrong from right. They gave you the wisdom and they gave you the wisdom to know the difference between good and bad. They gave you that. And when you leave that world, when you leave out of that house with them, you carry that with you. You carry that with you. You know the difference between wrong and right because they gave you the wisdom and the wisdom to know the difference between wrong and right. So you carry that with you. But you got to keep it with you. And you got to listen. Because when you hear them talking to you, because you're going to hear your mama and your daddy and your grandparents talking to you in the back of your head while you out there in that world, you're going to hear them talking to you and they're going to tell you, hey, use your wisdom and your wisdom to not get yourself in something that you can't get yourself out of. Think. Use your head. Think. And that's what you got to do. So never throw your parents and your grandparents away thinking that you know more than them. And parents, don't throw your mother and your father away thinking that you know more than them because you don't. Because you will never reach their score. You will never reach the potential where they at. You're going to get there, but you're never going to reach it. That's what you got to understand. You're going to always need your mother and father. As long as they got breath in their body, you're going to always need them, as well as the children's are going to need their grandparents. As long as they got breath in their body, they're going to always need them, because the mother and the father going to still need the mother. They need their mother and their father to guide them, as well as the children's and the grandchildren's going to need their grandparents to guide them. That's the way it is. And this is what the Father want me to speak on. So check out the movie that the Father told me to tell y'all to check out. Y'all gonna like that movie. It's a beautiful movie. And I like it. So check it out. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors. And I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.